You're watching The Breakfast Club.
What's up, family?
What's up, bro? What's going on?
Good morning. Oh, that's for me?
Happy
Young
belated
Lloyd.
birthday.
Oh, thank you.
We
These
have
are
the
really
same
nice.
birthday, I think.
Oh, it's January 3rd?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so nice.
So-
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Oh, well, let's get the show cracking. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Lloyd.
Where you been
How y'all
hiding,
doing?
bruh?
Hey, big shout out to New York that's listening, New Orleans that's listening, that's
Yep.
hometown. All my cousins rock
on
with y'all.
Q93 in New Orleans.
I got to shout out to my mama because she films all the Charlamagne's shows on TV.
For real?
Yeah, and I say, man, why you filming this nigga?
Oh, you mean she
Think I'm
records it?
handsome?
She fuck with you, dog. So
How old is she? I'm married.
Stop it. Hey, watch your mouth.
And thank you for my flowers. We have the same
Angela,
birthday. I
yeah,
didn't even know that.
happy belated birthday,
January
my
3rd.
Capricorn queen.
Where the hell you been, though?
Oh man, I've been I don't know, I've been living.
He got a song
I've been growing up, I say that.
right now that's popping.
And I've been shopping. I brought y'all some gifts too
What's that?
It ain't their
for the
birthday.
fellas. I know, but you,
What you
it's
got,
the
bro?
3rd year
I don't
anniversary.
wear no condoms, nigga.
You know.
Neither one of us.
I'm married,
We
man.
married.
And I know what.
Oh, come on, they don't wear no
I ain't know what
magnums
was for
either.
who. Yeah, I ain't know
These would be
what.
mine
I ain't
now.
know who was for what or what was for who. So I got a little fire and ice
These would be
for some
mine.
warm and tingling for
Nah,
somebody, and her pleasure for
You
somebody.
definitely ain't got no Magnum, little
These
guy.
would definitely be mine.
No, you don't.
They were sold out of them horse pills. They
pills.
sell at the.
I hate when guys
At
that
the
don't
desk,
need magnums
the
wear
magic
magnums.
pills.
I
I used
always
to take
tell you
them.
that.
I used to take Magna RX. I used to think it used to make your pee bigger. And then I used to take the stuff with the horny goat weed because you think it make your dick harder. No, none of that worked. No, none of it
You're
worked.
still small
So
and
you,
soft.
are you still independent? You still independent?
I am independent. Yeah,
It
I'm
gotta
proud
be a
of it,
lot
man.
tougher because every record that you put out makes the charts, but you don't get that Lloyd, Def Jam Murder Inc. feeling anymore. You know?
Well, what I do get is I get a direct connection with the people that matter the most, which is the people. I get to rely on friends and good people in the game like you guys to give me a little shine when I need it. And most importantly, I think that it's cool because it's less red tape than when I first came in the game. Before, you had to entertain this person, you had to know somebody who knew somebody, and in the process, you had to sign your life away. But now you can kind of just control your destiny from the jump street. And I think all the hottest artists in the game have been independent at some point for a very long time now, since your Koch days, you know what I mean? So
The coat,
I'm proud.
The coupe there.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
The Red Cafe. The Red Cafe.
It's moving.
I will say all my greatest influences have been independent, at least minded individuals. And so I wanted to try it out for the first time, play my hand, and just bet on myself.
But
I
if I'm
remember
not
the first
mistaken,
time.
okay.
I was gonna say, I remember the first time I heard the song "True," which you came out with as a reintroduction. It was really personal. I remember sitting in the car listening, like, you know, sometimes a song would really catch your attention, and it was on Sirius. It was a while ago, and I felt like it was on playing there way before I heard it anywhere else. And they supported it early on, but I was like, wow.
Big shout out to Dion.
I was like,
That's
wow, he
serious.
is really telling like all his, you know, everything that happened. It was kind of like a reintroduction. Like, here's where I've been. Since everybody wants to know, here's what I've been going
Was that like
through.
a cleansing?
It was like a cleansing. It was a detox in a lot of ways, but most importantly, it was a way for me to personalize my experience in music and outside of music. I think when you can personalize things, you really, really care about it. And when you can personalize your experience, sometimes it leads you to be able to identify with other individuals. You have a little bit of compassion, understanding, and most importantly, some respect and some honor to go along with it. It's almost like how when I first came here, I didn't know how important and special it was to be up here because I was so thinking about
Well, we wasn't that special
I was
then.
thinking, no, absolutely you was.
Kinda early on.
Brother, you came out of prison to be here. You know what I
County
mean?
jail,
I mean,
but
it don't get county jail. Shit, that's really that's real enough.
Listen, go with it. It sounds good. Go.
Was you
come out of
not locked up
Absolutely
before?
been locked up a few times.
All right then.
Yeah,
Well, with that said, you know what I mean? It's like to be able to personalize things, you can really respect people for who they are behind sometimes what they do or what you know about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Envy, You've been up here probably first day had to get coffee for somebody and scratch your way all the way up.
Not this side,
to,
but on
to-
the other side.
scratch your way all the way up to big dog status. Angela, I don't really know too much about your story. You're a very mysterious woman.
No, I'm not.
There you go.
But
I started as serious.
we share the same birthday, which means I'm sure we share the same struggles
work
at some
very
point.
hard.
And the last time I saw you, we was in the trenches together at
Atlanta.
one of the realest clubs in Atlanta that
Room
got
service.
shot up the next week after we left.
Oh, yeah.
So-
we
They
definitely
closed
were
that
in
club
room
down.
service
They closed
after
that down.
hours.
Yeah, they closed that one.
So, long story short, by being able to be honest with myself, to look at myself in the mirror, be able to stare down my own reflection, I think that not only can I learn to respect other people, but I respect my own self.
What do you
know
think?
what I mean?
What kind of problems you think you had? Like, what was hindering you?
Well, I just think everybody has issues. Personally, whether it's I speak a lot of my issues in the song very verbatim, but outside of myself, having to learn how to deal with family members who are manically depressed, people who question their identity. I think even now, as far as on a
You mean
larger
like trans stuff?
on a whatever. I mean, on
Yeah.
a larger scale, I think for a lot of people, this feels like the first week of the bottom of the barrel, being that we got a new president and the way it went down. But what's most important is that, man, we also live in a time where people are much more aware about the things that are going on.
Right.
They're more alert, they care more, they're more involved, like the march the other day that you was a part of. So why not embrace that, I thought, personally. And I thought being away for a while, being granted the opportunity to have patience and time and love, why would I ever come back to making music, something that I really care about, and do anything pretentious?
So when you took a break from the industry, did you also take a break from your family as well? Because I know
No,
that you
I took a break with my
To
family.
be with
your
his
fam-
family.
okay.
We took trips around the world for the first time. I was there to.
So you were financially secure.
I've been blessed. It's only one time I've ever had to do music to make money, and that was after Katrina happened. I lost a great friend kind of after that, which was Irv, because we had disputes about petty stuff that I see now, like financial things. But I had to do that. I had to put my own music out and do my own thing. But that's the only time I ever really had to do music for a financial gain. My true blessing has been to not have to stress out about money. So therefore, I can really take the time to do the things that are fulfilling and that matter. I was able to be there to help my sister when she got pregnant, helped her graduate medical school. I helped my mom out when she was going through some things. My brother, I was there with him when he was manically depressed and wanted, he didn't know if he wanted to live. I was there with him in meetings every day, really talking things out, taking my family on little trips and stuff when I could. And in the meantime, any craft take time to develop. So I picked up the guitar, started playing, started producing my own music at the house, and then from there, thought I was ready to kind of produce my own ideas on a grander scale, which is where my good friend Jasper, who I brought with me today, came in the loop. I started sending him my little voicemail ideas and my loops, and he's put them together for me in a song format. And now here we are,
So when you talk about the petty disputes with Irv, was it because of what happened with Katrina? You needed money, like I need bread, Irv.
Well, I
And
think
he was
that,
treating you more like a label than a friend.
I think as complex as our love was, the situation was even more complex. I think that is one of the reasons why I had to take an independent stance when we always moved as a unit. You know what I mean? It was like never. I had to kind of buck the system in a lot of ways, and I think that that was one of the issues between us. You know.
Also, you did a song with Banks, and I think
that was way later after.
Did y'all ever speak? Are y'all cool now or?
We haven't really spoken on the phone yet,
You are?
but big shout out to BJ the Wolf. I know we know all the same people, so all of our friends are speaking.
Yeah,
And
I feel
think
like I seen y'all together. Or at least you and Jai.
Yeah, you
me
said
and
shout out
Jai,
to
now
Ja
me,
Rule and
now me,
Ashanti.
Jai and Ashanti, we
Yeah.
like this.
Okay.
But me and
I see you doing
Irv,
a
we
lot
had a
of
different
shows and
relationship too. And then me, Jai and Ashanti actually performing at a big thing in LA called Soul Fest in February. I'm excited about. And when they went out on their first tour, they called me and asked me, invited me to come and be a part of it. So
Why didn't you go?
much respect to them. I did.
Oh, you
He
did
said
go
that
with
you
them.
I saw that
Yeah, I did.
picture.
Okay.
I saw a
I
picture
seen
of
it one
something.
time. That's all I was asking.
And
I
then
did.
you also went back to school, and you were very proud and accomplished for doing that. I remember when that came up online, and they were like, "Lloyd went back to school and graduated."
Yeah, I went back. I got my GED. I actually went to visit Ice Cube on the set of his movie that's coming out where the teachers are fighting. They were filming it in my neighborhood, in Decatur. And it just so I was actually going to see Kim Whitley, who's like my aunt. And the movie was being filmed next door to Adult Learning Education Center. I'm eating lunch with Kim, and the principal walks over there to say hi to everybody. And I asked him, what does he do? He says, I'm the principal of this education center. I've been thinking about getting my GED, and the rest is history.
See how God work?
That's how God works, for real.
Absolutely.
And then we saw you on
Yeah.
one of our favorite shows, Atlanta.
Yeah, Donald
Twitter
Glover.
went in on you that night.
They shoulda.
Wow, what happened?
But it was an acting though. Like,
Yeah,
they
it's a
shoulda.
role.
They
No,
were
they
making it
shoulda.
seem like
Tell me
you.
what happened. I ain't
They
see it.
shoulda.
They was just making fun of the way he looked on the
Of
show. But I'm
course.
like, I think he was supposed to look like
Right.
that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
part of the role.
Yeah.
He was acting.
No, yeah, I'm glad they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You did a good job.
What was he
Yeah.
acting like? Tell me. I ain't see it. What was he
I
doing?
forgot.
It
He was
was a
talking to
basketball
Paperboy.
Yeah, I'm in there with Paperboy, and
Celebrity
Paperboy says
basketball game.
he's Black Justin Bieber episode.
Right.
Paperboy says,
That was
man, this
funny.
Black Justin Bieber, he fucking getting on my nerves, you know? And I say, man, the kid, he's just a kid. He's just trying to figure it out, which has been my moniker.
Right.
And, you know, through my hiatus is I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, that's what my Twitter and my Instagram is about. So Donald knew that. So he's like, you come on and speak that Zen Master stuff that you've been on. And then Paperboy says, man, you show getting soft out here, you know? So it was made to laugh, you know,
Right.
laugh at me.
Was there ever a time that you thought during your hiatus that you weren't going to come back to music?
No, because, you know, when you bleed something, you can never get away from it. But I will say I was very happy doing what I was doing, you know? Very
Traveling
happy.
and being with family.
Very happy being with the people I love the most, you know? And I was very happy being able to see how much they appreciated having me around. But it just seemed like everywhere I was going, people would come up to me and say they miss me or say, you know, are you going to put something else out? And I always ask them, is what's going on not good enough? And they say, yeah, but you just got a different thing. And, you know, we would like to hear from you. So
Was that the first time you enjoyed your money? Or enjoyed your...
well, I will say it's been the most enjoyable process ever. And it's because I made it so personal. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lloyd has those classic songs though today that still rock. Like even from back then when you put those songs out, like You and Get It Shorty and All Around the World, those are still songs that today sound like they could just come out now.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of people get tired of performing, you know, their former material. But every time I sing any of those, it feels like the first time. So I haven't lost that at all.
So what's going on
That's
with
a
the
blessing.
new music besides True?
Yeah, well, I got a new EP. It's 5 songs deep. Ross, Wayne, and myself, 2 Chainz did the remix for True with me, which was cool. And yeah, I'm currently like crafting the visuals for a lot of the records. In particular, one called Excited that I think is going to be next up. The one with Wayne, a lot of people's liking, but True, I think, has been the standout so far. And it's been a
A
blessing.
lot of people took to that.
Yeah.
And all those artists clearly keeping it 100 with you. 'Cause they still
Absolutely.
doing features. And,
That's
Absolutely. And you know, between us, they actually reached out to me when they heard I was making music. When they heard True, they reached out to me and told me if I had anything to send it their way. So it's like been from even with the Atlanta thing to being on this damn show. It's not anything that money can really buy. And I want people to know that sometimes when you stay true to yourself through it all, that things come around for you. You know what I mean? You just got to be patient and have a strong head and keep the right people around you.
Now you talk
know what
about
I
an
mean? Be
abortion
faithful.
that happened, I guess, with you that you didn't want or you didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with that?
Well, I mean, I speak about it in the song. It's still a hard thing to really talk about, you know, for real. I just leave it at that,
Right.
you know,
You looking forward to being a father though now? And
more than ever.
you
More
gotta
than
trap
ever.
somebody, man.
More than ever, but
trap somebody.
but that's
you
not
coming in-
not because of that. I've always looked forward to being a father because I didn't have my father. Growing up, my father was murdered when I was like 2 years old in New Orleans. So I've always appreciated that side of life, and even more so, I think when you go without things, they seem like an unfair disadvantage, but at the end, it always seems to come around to being something that builds character or something
Irv
that you
was
really
like a father
appreciate.
figure to you 'cause
Well,
you was so
Irv was
young.
kind of a father / big brother. I never had one of those either. You know what I mean? So at times, yeah, I think he played that role. And in fact, cool story is when Irv beat his federal trial, we was having this big yacht party, this big celebration party on a yacht, and Irv and his father was there. And they was hugging it out.
You look like Irv's dad a little bit.
He was, yeah, I do, with the Lloyd, yeah. And they was hugging it out, and I'm over there, I'm bawling, I'm crying, boo-hoo crying, you know what I mean? And he said, what you crying about? I said, man, just seeing you and your father, like, in a time like this is just amazing to me. And, yeah, that's always something I keep in mind.
What you think was your spiritual breakthrough?
My spiritual breakthrough, I think, was being able to see myself in others. I could honestly say that, to really be able to identify parts of my story with other people's strifes and anxieties and fears, you know what I mean? And that actually, I think maybe being in those meetings, with my little brother, when he was going through his thing, really opened it up for me. In a lot of ways, it made it bigger than me. Seeing my niece, you know what I mean, for the first time, opened it up for me, because I guess, when you out in the world, you don't have too many attachments. You kind of like a tourist. You're just passing through. You don't really care if you damage things. You don't care if you scratch this or break that, or, and now I'm so conscious, like, this is going to reflect me at some point where she can comprehend everything. So now everything just matters. It means something,
How's your brother doing now?
He's actually doing really well. He's back on his toes, you know what I mean? He's got his head up high, and we just spent Christmas together, so. How
did you know that, or how did he know that he was suffering from depression? Because a lot of times people don't really know the signs.
He always knew it, my approach was this. It's a lot of things that I can't identify with personally, but what I do really respect is someone that says, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm going through some shit, and this is what it is. And hey, I need some help. You know what I mean? And being that he is the youngest of all my brothers, he is the most courageous of us all by far. So really, to see him be so strong in a time where others would just keep it to themselves, or they would pretend. You know what I mean? We're so good at faking it.
Right.
I think that was just really dope for me, man.
Did it make you go get checked just to see?
It made me really look at myself, you know what I mean? Really question myself, ask why was I doing things? Was I doing anything to hide anything? Was I trying to, pretend, or was I searching for some sort of validation other than, just myself or God? And yeah, absolutely it did.
Now, you bought 3 different kinds of condoms up here for the guys.
Yeah, because I didn't know who was for what or what was for who.
I go raw, bro. Unprotected sex ain't the safest, but it feels the best.
Well, I knew Charlamagne also probably did a bid or two, so he probably just used a grocery bag or something. Like some makeshift shit that he came up with.
Fact, one time I didn't have no condoms, not a decade ago, but years ago, and I didn't have no condoms. I tried to use a trash bag, but she wasn't with it. She was like, "No, you're not doing that." I ripped the piece of the trash bag.
She was classy.
Put it on. She was like, "No."
Yeah, that's very classy. But which one would you use if you had to pick from those 3?
If I had to pick, I'm kind of like how Charlamagne just said. I ain't been using them.
Oh my gosh!
I hope
Obviously, I'm
in
not.
touch with his spiritual side.
Yeah.
You
You believe in God.
Falling in love was another breakthrough. Let me say that. All right, I'm not out here wilding out. Yeah.
Oh, you
so
got one woman.
Was that your first time being in love?
I could honestly say yeah.
Oh, that's good. See.
I mean, and that's because after thinking that you was in love before, and then realizing really what love is about, I gotta say yeah.
You were kind of wild though in your younger years.
Well, weren't we all?
That's why I tell people you can't get in touch with your spiritual side and still be using condoms. Because if you truly believe in God, you'd be like,
stop it.
You don't need no condoms.
That's not right. Stop
it.
No. In fact, I brought those because being here and having gone through all the shit in my life that I have, being able to talk about it in a true song and all of that, it is way more important to me. I think bringing in a life the right way. So, you know what I mean?
Well, you got a good excuse. We're gonna give you all of these back. So when you get caught with them by your girl, you be like, nah, I bought them for them. They was married, so they gave them back. See, they're not even open.
My goodness. Well, we appreciate you for joining us, man, and The new EP, you can check it out. It's called True.
It's called True. Oh, look, before I get out of here, I got to give a big shout out to my brother Danny, Danny Jacobs from Brooklyn. He's fighting Triple G.
G.
Oh, yep.
He's been one of my greatest
Triple G was up there,
associates
too.
since I made it Southside. I met him at a boxing gym on Pennsylvania Avenue. He's always been my go-to. Beat cancer to be a champion. So y'all make sure y'all support Danny.
So you'll be at the fight.
Shout out to BJ the Wolf. I'm definitely wanting to go.
I'm gonna be at the fight. My barber thinks Danny gonna beat Triple G.
I do too.
I don't think he gonna beat him, but I think it'll be a decent fight for
Well,
the
it's
first
definitely
few
gonna be
rounds.
the most ferocious opponent he ever faced.
That
so.
I can agree with.
And most respectable one too. So you know.
All right, well, there you have it. It's Lloyd. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.